Hola a todos, ¿cómo estás? Soy abogada Farkazi, estoy aquí con mi asistente Giselle. Nosotros discutimos dos casos de abuso doméstico en inglés y en español hoy. So, hello everyone. I am attorney Farkazi. I am here to discuss two really important national cases, international cases actually, that involve domestic abuse because I thought they were really important for our clients to be able to hear about them and also to relate them to the work that we do in our office.
Hola a todos, ¿cómo están? Estamos aquí con la abogada Farkazi para hablar un poco sobre estos casos que han estado nacional e internacionalmente sobre el abuso doméstico y cómo esto se enfoca un poco también en lo que nosotros hacemos por nuestros clientes que tienen este problema de abuso doméstico también.
Okay, so the very first case that I want to talk to is actually an international case that you may or may not actually be aware of. People that came originally from Southeast Asia are really, really following this case because it's so horrendous. And also, it touches on so many issues about domestic abuse. It is the terrible killing, torture, and killing of a woman whose name was Noor in Pakistan by her ex boyfriend.
So, vamos a hablar primero sobre un caso que está circulando internacionalmente. Este caso viene de Pakistán. Muchas personas que vienen de esa área están siguiendo este caso porque es algo tan horrífico, tan tremendo, no solamente de abuso doméstico, de tortura y de muerte.
The other case is constantly in the news right now, and that is of a young girl named Gabby who went missing on a cross-country road trip with her boyfriend, her fiance, and has just since yesterday been found, unfortunately, deceased. That case has kind of gripped the nation, has really flooded our news cycles, but it also touches on domestic abuse, and so I wanted to talk about it.
Pues también vamos a hablar sobre el otro caso que es aquí nacionalmente, aquí en Estados Unidos, sobre esta muchacha Gaby. Ha estado mucho en lo que viene siendo las redes sociales, en todo el país, porque esta muchacha andaba con alguien, su prometido, su novio, y salieron de viaje y ahora la encontraron muerta. So vamos a hablar sobre el abuso doméstico en ese caso.
Now, I want to preface this by saying that we're talking about two cases that involve women as victims, but the work that we do involves both men and women. Although women are statistically more likely to be the victims of a crime or victims of domestic violence, that does not exclude men. And I want to make sure that we understand that when we're talking for immigration purposes, it can apply to both.
Entonces, en estos dos casos estamos hablando sobre dos mujeres, pero les queremos aclarar que esto es de mujer o a hombre, no importa. Pueden sufrir los dos abuso doméstico y por casos de inmigración trabajamos con los dos, con hombres y con mujeres.
Okay, so primero, first, I'd like to talk about the two cases, and I'm not going to go into all the details. The details are up on my Facebook page if you are interested. That is facebook.com Kazi Law Offices, which is spelled QAZILAWOFFICES.
Entonces, vamos a hablar primero sobre los casos. No vamos a entrar en mucho detalle. Si quieren saber más de los dos casos, por favor, entren a nuestra página de Facebook, que es facebook.com/Kazi Law Offices, y allí está más información sobre estos dos casos.
Okay, un momento. I think I lost people. Oh, there we are. Okay. Okay, estoy aquí otra vez en TikTok. Okay, so if you want the details, obviously feel free. What I really want to talk about is the systematic, widespread, global problem that, in this case, women are facing as victims of domestic violence and the inability of communities, doesn't matter if they're in Pakistan or in Mexico or in America or whatever country they're in, the inability of our community and our society to be able to protect those people.
So, vamos a hablar sobre el abuso sistemático, lo que viene siendo el abuso ante la mujer con violencia doméstica, ya sea en Pakistán, sea en México, sea en cualquier parte del mundo, y cómo la comunidad no puede proteger a esta persona.
Okay, so let's talk about the very first case. So the first case is about Noor. It was a young woman very smart, tremendously intelligent, beautiful woman who was charismatic, had everything going for her. Unfortunately, made the bad decision to go over to what some say was a friend's house, others say was an ex-boyfriend's house, to essentially end relationship with him, and it turned tremendously ugly very quickly.
So vamos a hablar primero sobre el primer caso. Este muchacho se llamaba Noor. Ella vivía en Pakistán. Era una muchacha carismática, inteligente, muy bella. Y lo que pasó en este día donde ella fue a la casa de esta persona, muchos decían que era un amigo, otros que era un exnovio, a terminar la relación y cómo terminó en una tragedia.
The reason why it's so tremendously shocking is because the murder was a gruesome murder, but it took place in front of several witnesses. By all accounts, he had servants, he had a security guard because he was a very, very wealthy person. He had several people actually witness her trying to escape the home, and who actually, at one point, actually brought her back into the home for him to kill. This is so horrific to anybody who has heard this story, especially to me, who has worked with domestic violence for more than 15 years, because it shows that bystanders and other people can be just as complicit in the abuse.
So, vamos a hablar sobre lo que pasó en este caso. No solamente fue el asesinato horrendo que pasó, sino que esto pasó enfrente de muchas personas. Este hombre es alguien muy rico y tenía sirvientes, tenía una persona de seguridad que vieron todos lo que estaba pasando, lo que él le estaba haciendo a ella. Una persona antemano la agarró cuando ella trató de huir y la regresó con él. Esto pasó enfrente de muchas personas y nos deja ver que no solamente la persona que está asesinando tiene la culpa, sino las personas que están viendo y no hacen nada.
And that's the part that's so tremendously troubling, because a lot of times when you go into a situation, you kind of think, okay, because I'm not alone, I can't be harmed because somebody else will either bear witness to it or help me out. And whenever I hear about these bystander crimes or bystanders helping commit the crime, it kind of shakes your security, because you realize that the problem is even deeper than just that one person. It's a community or society problem.
Cuando lo que es horrendo de este caso no solamente es el asesinato, sino que cuando pasan estas cosas y hay testigos, que estos testigos no hagan nada o antemano ayuden a este agresor, te deja saber que el problema no es solamente con el agresor, sino con nuestra comunidad en completo.
And this is a problem that we see, and I know Giselle can attest to this, is a problem that we see with so many of our clients, because 9 times out of 10, the abuse that our client is facing has happened in front of a family member or a friend or even a neighbor or, a stranger on the street, and nobody did anything to help that person.
Como la abogada menciona, esto es algo que nosotros vemos en casos de personas que están con nosotros trabajando, porque hay veces que el abuso que sucede en frente del primo, del tío, de un amigo, del vecino o en la calle, y nadie hace nada por ayudar a esta persona.
Think about one case in particular that I recently had, that was an asylum case. It was a horrific case of a woman who had been repeatedly abused for years by her boyfriend, who then later on became her husband. And they actually had an incident that she said happened on the street of her neighborhood outside of a store, in which he very violently beat her in front of everyone in the store, in front of the street, in front of her neighbors, and not a single person helped her. And she had actually fallen to the ground, could not get up, and they still did not manage to help her.
So esto nos lleva a pensar en un caso en particular que hemos estado trabajando sobre una persona, una mujer que estaba con su novio, que luego se convirtió en su esposo, y él le pegó horriblemente enfrente de una tienda afuera, y nadie hizo nada, ni las personas de la tienda, ni los vecinos, ni nadie que iba pasando. Eso nos deja saber que nadie está allí para ayudarle a esa persona.
And the reason why I mention this is because what that shows you is that people are either used to the abuse, they don't want to get involved, they're too scared to get involved, or maybe they just think that, okay, this is a personal matter and there's nothing that we can do about it, or this is just the way things are. All of those are the wrong approach to be able to help somebody and to break the cycle of domestic abuse.
So, lo que esto nos deja saber es que hay muchas personas que piensan que así es como es la vida, de que no es problema de ellos, es un problema entre pareja, o de que esto es como debe de ser, y como fue antes y como va a seguir siendo. Este es el problema que tenemos que romper para poder ayudar a esas personas.
And the way to break that cycle is a longer conversation that we need to have, but obviously there needs to be a discussion from an early age about about gender equality, about a treatment of both men and women, about respect and kindness, but then also about being able to do something to get justice for the person who's the victim.
So, en una conversación sobre cómo romper este ciclo es una conversación muy larga, pero los puntos claves ahorita serían empezar desde una edad temprana a inculcar los valores de que ambos géneros son iguales, del valor de ambos géneros y del respeto y la bondad.
So go ahead, finish up.
Hacia ambos géneros.
So one of the things that I see continuously, and one of the reasons why I'm so passionate about the Violence Against Women Act, is because it is one of the few pieces of legislation that I have found to be so tremendously beneficial to victims of domestic violence.
So una de las razones por qué la abogada está tan apasionada de lo que viene siendo el acto contra la violencia de la mujer es porque es uno de los pocos legislaciones que ha ayudado a las víctimas de abuso doméstico.
And it doesn't matter whether you were a woman or a man, both of them have been able to use this piece of legislation in order to fix their legal status and in order for them to get away from their abusers and to start a new life.
So no importa si eres hombre o mujer, esto es para ambos géneros. Esto ha ayudado a varias personas a dejar este abuso y encontrar su estatus legal.
Okay, so what is the Violence Against Women Act? Since we're talking about it, we have many, many videos about this topic, so please go back and research, but I'm going to tell you a little bit about it right now.
So, vamos a hablar un poquito sobre el acto contra la violencia de la mujer. Tenemos muchos más videos con más información aquí, pero vamos a hablar en puntos claves.
Okay, the Violence Against Women Act is a misnomer because it's also the Violence Against Men Act. It is specifically designed for people who are here undocumented, who have been victims of either emotional, physical, psychological, sexual, financial, any sort of mistreatment that has occurred on the part of their citizen or resident spouse or their citizen children who are 21 years and up.
So el nombre de este acto es la violencia contra la mujer, pero también aplica para los hombres. Esto es para cualquier persona que ha sido víctima de abuso doméstico, de abuso físico, financiero, emocional, psicológico, sexual o financiero por parte de su esposo o esposa, ciudadano residente, o de sus hijos que son ciudadanos.
Now, if you are a child who has citizen parents and you are unfortunately the victim of abuse, you also could qualify under VAWA as well.
Si tú eres hijo de una persona ciudadana que ha sido víctima de abuso, tú también puedes calificar.
I personally have seen entire lives change because the reason why this legislation was put into place was because people recognized that when you're undocumented, you're in a very, very delicate, precarious situation. And many times people believe that they have to stay in these very toxic marriages or toxic relationships with their children because that's the only way that they can become legalized here in the United States. And so they are willing to do whatever it takes in order to get those legal papers. But legislators luckily recognize that there should be another avenue for you to do an auto petition so you don't have to be dependent upon the abuser in order for you to get your legal status.
todo lo que pasaba era que muchas personas se quedaban en estas relaciones tóxicas, en estas relaciones con abuso por lo mismo que querían arreglar sus documentos y pensaban que era la única manera de poder hacerlo. Los legisladores encontraron esta manera para ayudar a estas personas a dejar este ciclo de violencia y que ellos puedan hacer una autopetición.
So I can't stress this enough. This is a way for you to take control of your life, for you to file paperwork without your abuser knowing anything, without him or her having to sign anything, without you having to beg for their help, without you wondering if they're going to show up for your interview, or without you having to leave the United States.
De verdad, no les podemos decir qué tan importante esto es, porque no necesitas la ayuda de esta persona, no necesitas su apoyo, no necesitas mantenerte en este ciclo para obtener tus documentos, no necesitas estar esperando a ver si va a llegar a tu entrevista o no. Esta es una muy buena manera para regresar el poder a tus manos.
Now, I want to go back to those two cases because that's what we were talking about before. Both the case of Noor and then this ongoing case of Gabby are heartbreaking. Our hearts go out to the families that are dealing with such a tremendous loss. And the reason why I mention these stories is because I want people to not only be aware of them, and even though it doesn't necessarily have to do with immigrant status, I want you to understand that if you feel that you have parallels within those cases, or that you are just as scared maybe in your relationship and you are undocumented, you do have a way to fix your status here in the United States.
Estamos hablando de estos dos casos de Noor y de Gabby para dar un poco de información sobre lo que viene siendo inmigración y estos casos, sobre el ciclo de violencia en estos casos y en que no tenga nada que ver directamente con inmigración. El contexto de que si tú estás en una situación donde tienes el miedo sobre que te vayan a pegar emocional, psicológicamente, por favor, contacta a alguien y se puede ayudar con tus documentos legales.
Now, obviously, you should also know that there's a domestic violence hotline that I will post on our Facebook page once again. If you are ever the victim of domestic abuse or you feel scared in your relationship, whether you are undocumented or not, you have the right to ask for that kind of help. Please, please, please do so as quickly as possible.
Si tú eres víctima de algún de estas cosas, abuso doméstico, por favor, llama a la línea de violencia doméstica. Te vamos a poner el número aquí en nuestra página de Facebook. No importa tu estatus legal, no importa si eres residente ciudadana o no tienes documentos.
And with that, I will end this. Thank you so much. Please give our office a call if you have questions.
Ya sería todo por hoy. Si tienes alguna pregunta, llame a nuestra oficina 630-504-0648. Hasta la próxima.